So namaste, everyone. Welcome to our Yin Yoga practice. Cooper's going to join us today. So while I'm reading the waiver, you may want something to sit on, maybe a blanket, bolster, pillow, and maybe a block or a book. So in order to make these classes as freely accessible as possible to our participants, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, we strongly recommend that you move furniture. And if you are practicing yoga or yoga class, something that involves laying on the ground, we recommend using a mat. And if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice or care as needed. William and Mary Health strongly recommends that each physical exam and follow the advice of your healthcare provider before participating. So again, welcome everyone. We're going to start today as we come to our breath in our first pose, and it's going to be hero's pose. I'm going to utilize my meditation cushion here to find hero's pose, placing the meditation cushion between my legs and allowing my sits bones to just rest on the meditation cushion. Finding comfort in the tops of the feet, drawing awareness into the core, bringing the shoulders over the hips. And just taking a moment at first to notice. I'm going to be here a while, so make any adjustments that you might need. If this is too much on your knees, no, you can always, if you'd like, sit in a chair for this portion. As you draw awareness to the breath, maybe even placing a hand on the abdomen and a hand on the chest. Just noticing your natural rhythm of breath to start. Maybe even noting inhale and exhale to yourself, finding that mindful space. If it becomes too much, having the hands on the torso, allowing yourself to just let the hands come to where they feel comfortable, whether the palms are up or turned down. And then allowing yourself just a little bit of time here to just explore the breath. Deepening the inhale, expanding the moment in breathless. And lengthening the exhale. Expanding the second moment in breathless. Taking time to build the breath. Start to notice how the different pieces of the breath affect the body, and notice the spaces where you feel the most comfort. Again, not in right or wrong or judgment, but in curiosity. Noticing if one space is a little more soothing than others. Continuing this exploration of deep inhales, long exhales. Noticing the subtle effects on the body, maybe noticing the spine starting to expand, maybe noticing as you settle in, the ankles starting to open up. First, notice the spaces that are enjoying comfort. And then as you're still building and expanding breath, deep inhales, long exhales. If it feels comfortable to have those long moments of breathless, go ahead and go there. And then once you've spent some time identifying spaces that feel great in the body, then see if the spaces that are speaking to you in discomfort, if you can do anything to find a little more comfort. Maybe it's a shift or a change. Move to your alignment first and just notice if you're out of that physical alignment. Remember, the body wants to be stacked, joint to over joint. And then allow yourself a moment to just move into a rhythm of breath that just feels right for practice. Today may be a breath that turns on the parasympathetic nervous system a little bit more. That place of peace and calm. As you turn your awareness inwards, just finding that space. And then once you've found that space, you're going to draw hands to heart center. As you set an intention for your practice today, the focus of all my practices this week have been to find center or to move into self. So noting if something doesn't come to mind, maybe just today, allowing yourself just this opportunity to be okay with yourself. Maybe just saying everything is perfect as it is. And then sealing whatever your intention in with a nice deep inhale. Nice long exhale. And then releasing the hands, we're going to transition here into a tabletop. So we've been in this position for a little while, so just mindfully making your way there. Starting to come up onto the knees, removing the prop if it's in your way. Noting if you need to extend a leg long as you move into your tabletop. Stacking your joints again, making sure hands and wrists are on your shoulders, knees are underneath hips. Maybe since we've been on the tops of the feet for a while, it might feel good to come up onto the toes and get all 10 toes touching on the mat. Start to engage the core again, drawing awareness into the finger pads on the mat. Maybe drawing them in just a little bit more as if they're pulling the mat towards your knees. Noticing that core engagement. And then as you're ready, mindfully moving through some cow and cat. Starting out with small motion. Just remember that gentle reminder that throughout the practice, you're staying in that space of peace and calm. So just notice if you've started to engage the sympathetic nervous system, maybe slow the movement down just a little bit. Seeing if you can stay in that beautiful breath. After a few rounds, if it feels right, to maybe bump the hips out. Maybe draw some circles with the hips. We draw circles with the hips. Maybe today it might be fun to draw circles with the shoulders too. Maybe even adding in a figure 8 where you start maybe in the hips and you move through to the shoulders. Wherever you're at, coming back to that stillness. Pausing in stillness. Allowing yourself to just settle into an extremely active tabletop. Noting every muscle in the body. Noting every joint in the body. Notice the total engagement. See if you can, as you're in this space, notice if one space is working a little harder than the other, and just find a minor adjustment that allows the body to work in equality. No one working more than the other. Maybe it's softening elbows a little bit. Maybe it's shifting weight a little bit. But just notice. Maybe it's a little rotation of a joint. Then, as you are ready, you're welcome to stay here a little bit longer if that feels right. But as you're ready, you're going to draw the big toes together. You're going to separate the knees, and you're going to sink the hips back towards the heels, and you're going to find a child's pose here. Your child's pose is going to be a little more active today. We're going to have the arms out in front. I promise I'm going to give you the opportunity to come to traditional balasana, but let's start with the arms active. Seeing if you can find that space where the yin and the yang are together. In the stillness of the posture, notice the active muscles. See what you can do to relax the shoulder blades back and down. As maybe you draw awareness into the spine, lengthening the spine a little bit as you soften the body down onto the mat. And then as you're ready, lots of options today. So you can keep the hands out in front if that feels right for you and your body today, or if you're ready to bring the hands along the side of the body, coming into traditional balasana here. Noticing the difference in just this minor shift in a single pose. Wherever you're at, staying in your beautiful breath you've created. In this space, we're gonna hold for a little bit. So letting yourself soften. Always the gentle reminder, if you chose to stay with the arms up a little more active, at any point, if it feels right, to shift into traditional balasana. Tuning in to listening to what your body is saying. Noticing your breath. Turning that awareness within. What is the body telling us? Allowing yourself to find these spaces of comfort. to begin to make your way into our final time here. On the next few breath cycles, allowing yourself the opportunity to explore. Is there some space in the body that you could find a little more comfort? As we begin to prepare to move, we're going to do this nice and slow. So if the hands are along the side of the body, you're going to mindfully start to just draw the hands up along the side of the body, reaching out, hands above head. And then drawing awareness into the hands, finding all 5 fingers on the mat, finding the finger pads here. And then drawing yourself up as slow as you can, gripping the mat with the finger pads. Taking the knees and bringing them back underneath the hips as you come into a tabletop here. Knowing if you need to extend the legs long here, you're welcome to. See if you can, when you do that, keep the hips above the knee that's still there. Maybe pressing into the heel with the 5 toes on the mat. If you do one leg, do the other. Then making your way back to that tabletop, we're gently going to rock side to side. Maybe each time rocking a little bit more. And then pausing in center, you're going to rock forwards and back. Just noticing the differences, maybe the space that you feel more comfortable in. And then from here, you're going to pause in stillness. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to lift the hips, and we're going to find a downward dog. We're going to come up high on the toes first. Maybe rocking again the hips side to side. Maybe starting to walk your dog just as slowly as you can, as if it's a mindful meditation. And then drawing awareness into the shoulders, relaxing them down the back. And then when you're ready to find stillness here, you're just going to sink the heels back towards the mat. Remembering it's not necessary for the heels to touch the mat. Allow yourself to feel what's going on in the body. Maybe shake the head yes and no, releasing any tension. And then mindfully lifting up the toes, drawing the toes back down to the mat. Then shifting the weight just a little bit forward so that you can hover the shins and the knees. And then pressing the chest into the quads. You're gonna lift up and find a deeper down dog. Two more breaths here. And then mindfully lowering the knees to the mat. You're going to take a cow and a cat here. And then pausing back in stillness, we're going to flip the palms. From here, as the fingers are facing each other at the center of the mat, you're just going to rock side to side. You're going to make some fists and maybe draw some circles. And then pausing in stillness, coming back onto the hands. You're going to shift the weight either to the right or the left, shift the legs or cross at the ankles. You're coming down onto the mat in Sukhasana, easy pose. If you have a book or a block, you may want to grab them and put them along your sides. And then sitting up nice and tall in Sukhasana. Settling into the breath. We're just going to take the opportunity to draw the shoulders up to the ears and let them come back down. One more time, up to the ears. And this time, as you draw the shoulder blades back and down, see if you can go a little bit lower than you went the last time. One more time, lifting the shoulders up towards the ears, lowering the shoulders back down to that neutral, and maybe even a little lower than neutral. Pausing in at lower than neutral, and then coming back to neutral. Then roll the shoulders back and forward. Taking the opportunity to listen to what the shoulders are telling you. Notice any noises you might hear, any friction or stickiness. And then pausing back in center, we're going to reach the arms up and overhead. We're going to take the gaze up. We're going to bring the hands together and float them through to heart center. Pausing in heart center. Noticing as you bring hands to heart center in this mudra, how it makes the mind space and the body feel. And then lifting the arms up again one more time. Drawing the hands together, palms through to heart center. You're going to take the left hand and draw it over towards the right knee. The right hand is going to come to your sacrum. You're just going to twist a little bit over towards that right side. Then drawing back to neutral, releasing both hands along their appropriate sides. You're going to lift the arms up and overhead again. Drawing the palms through to heart center. Reaching over with the right for the left knee, and then left hand to sacrum, come into gentle twist. Coming back to center, drawing palms to their appropriate sides, lifting up again. We're going to move through this motion at your pace, twisting to the right and twisting to the left, gently and with your breath. Each time moving through that quarter sun salutation, arms up, hands together, through to heart center. Taking your time for this movement and motion, just noticing what's going on. Making your way through one more round. That's one more time right, one more time left. And then coming back to hands at heart center, pausing in center. From here, if you'd like, you can shift the legs, whichever one is in front. Move to the back. You can make it a little core work if you'd like. And then we're going to move through that again with a little shift in the legs. You'll notice on this one, we're going to go over to the left side first, and then right side second. You'll notice as we came into this, I didn't give you guidance as to where to cross the legs to start. Knowing that you would come into the space that your body knows is most comfortable for you. So note that in the second round, it may feel really different, and that's okay. One more round. So that means one more time left, one more time right. Pausing with hands at heart center, just noticing the differences. Then releasing the hands along the side, we're going to move the legs again. So you're going to shift back as we move into another space here. So as you're ready with the spine nice and long, you're going to lift the arms up and overhead. You're going to take the right hand and bring it down to either the floor or the block on the right side. You're going to lift up with the left hand, maybe tucking the chin in towards the armpit from here. We're going to settle into this space for a little bit. So allowing yourself to find the place where you feel like you can hold it a little longer. Just a gentle reminder, I do want both sits bones on the mat equally, so if you're kind of leaning in a little too much, that left sits bone's popping up, just come back, it's okay. And then knowing too, we're trying to stack the shoulders here. So if it feels more comfortable to just put a bend in the elbow to keep a little bit more integrity in the posture, you're welcome to do that too. Think about lengthening the body from that left side. Now that you've had a little time to settle in here, I'm going to offer the opportunity, if it feels right, to just shift the head a little bit. Try and keep the chin neutral. As you find a space that allows you to get maybe a little deeper into the posture. As the body starts to open up, if it feels right to remove the block and bring the hands to the mat, you're welcome to. As we make our way into our final time here, just moving through the physical body, finding that alignment. Is there any place that you can soften? And then if you have that elbow on the left side bent, you're going to reach the arm out. Spending our last few seconds here. And then on an inhale, using that core strength, you're going to draw that left arm up. Bring the left hand down to the left side. Allow yourself to just roll the shoulders out. And then just pausing in stillness. Just noticing. Noticing the subtle differences. And then as you're ready, we're going to make our way to the other side. So we're going to shift those legs again. Then sitting up nice and tall. If you need to move your prop to the other side, you're welcome to. And then lifting the arms up and overhead. Let's get this nice length in the body on both sides. You might even notice a little subtle difference, right versus left. Draw hands to heart center. Take the left hand, place it along the left side of the body, maybe on the block. Right arm starts to reach up. As you push into that right sits bone, lengthening the right side. Remember, you have all the options here. We want to keep the space between the chin and the chest open. If you feel that it's more comfortable to tuck that chin into the armpits, start there. If you feel it's more comfortable to have the hand behind, like you're patting yourself on the back, you're welcome to do that. Remember, we're trying to keep the shoulders nice and stacked. The chest is open. We're getting that length from the sits bone on up. Settling in. As you've had a little time in this space, maybe you want to explore, is there a different place that neutral chin wants to go? Keeping the shoulders stacked. Remembering as the body opens, if it feels right to take the prop away and place the hand on the floor. And as we make our way into our final time here, is there any place you could soften? Then bringing the chin back towards the armpit, maybe reaching the arm out also. And then drawing that right arm up, bringing the body up, let the hands come along the side, roll those shoulders out, and pause. Are you still in the beautiful breath you created at the beginning of class? And then from here, we're going to transition again. So you can take your props and put them along the side of the mat again, always remembering to put them someplace where you can access them easily. We're going to make our way to tabletop again. So as you transition to tabletop, remembering if you feel the need to extend the legs, go ahead and go there. Taking time to get your tabletop set up. We're going to be a little more active in this pose, but it's going to be a mindful activation. So remembering that, we will be using that mindful breath as we add some movement in here. So, extending the left leg long on the mat. We're going to make sure that the hip points are pointing down, the gaze is at the mat. If it feels right to lift that leg up, you're going to go there. Flexion in the foot, push through the heel. And then reaching out with the right arm, thumb is up like you're shaking someone's hand. And then with your breath, maybe moving the elbow and the knee together and reaching out. Taking 3 to 5 rounds at your pace, as mindfully as you can, with as little movement in the torso as possible. Pausing in stillness in the spaces that feel right. Finishing with extension through the hands and the feet. And then drawing the hand and the knee back down. Take a cat and a cow. Flip the palms and release any tension if you need to in the wrists. And then pause back in tabletop. Making your way mindfully to the other side. As you're ready, extending the right leg long on the mat. Getting that flexion in the foot, get that core activation, and then lifting that right heel up. Nice long, long spine, and then maybe extending the left hand down. Gaze is down at the mat, and then as you're ready on this side, mindfully drawing knee to elbow. Seeing if you can keep that flexion in the foot the entire time. Making the movement as mindful as possible. Pausing where needed. 3 to 5 rounds. And then bringing hand to mat, knee to mat. Take that cow and cat as you need to. Flip the palms as you need to. Releasing the wrists. And then drawing the hands back down to the mat. You're going to find a child's pose. We're only going to be here for a little bit. So if you're okay with making it more active, I encourage you to. And then with the hands out in front, if they're not already there, you're gonna tap your toes. Lift your half, you're gonna find downward dog. You're gonna mindfully start walking the feet towards the center of your mat. Then you're gonna walk the hands back towards center. You're just gonna surrender into a forward fold here, just softening the body. And then from this space, you're gonna walk the feet a little bit further up. The hands are gonna start to walk behind as you bend into the knees. You're just gonna bring the sits bones down to the floor. Thank you, Cooper. Extending the legs long as you settle into a Dandasana. Toes are pointed up towards the ceiling. Softness in the knees. Engaged core. Heart is shining forward. Lifting the arms up and overhead. You're going to draw the hands through to heart center. At heart center, you're just going to remember your intention. Pausing in stillness here. Noticing what's going on in the body. Where can you soften on the next exhale? And then separating the hands here, you're just going to bring them down along the sides of the body, and you're just going to hinge forward from that hip crease. It's as if you're just drawing your heart forward. Nice long spine, big space between the chin and the chest. And if it feels right to start walking the hands out a little further, you're welcome to go there. If you would like to hold on to the toes, you're welcome to do that. Just lengthening the spine a bit here. Try not to draw any tension into any other space in the body. Just let every other piece of the body just naturally go where it wants to go while you lengthen. If it feels like you're creating too much tension in the upper body by reaching the arms out, just bring them along this side. Draw awareness into those shoulder blades. Relax them back and down. And now if you have a very good awareness of the space between each of your vertebrae, and if it would feel really yummy, you're gonna start to draw the chin in towards the collarbone as you begin to round from the cervical spine. Maybe starting to draw the crown of the head in towards the legs. Pausing here. Allowing the breath to move the body. Knowing that the floor has you. Softening maybe on each exhale. Draw your awareness momentarily to the sits bones. Are they both still equally on the mat? And then bringing your awareness back to your chin. If you decided to round, you're just gonna slow as you can start releasing the chin. You're lengthening the spine in the space that you're in. Just maybe opening the eyes if they were closed and just notice the deepening of the posture. And then with this nice long spine, you're gonna draw the hands back along the side of the body. And with a long spine, come on back up into Dandasana. From this space, we're gonna recline down onto the mat. Once you are reclined, taking your time to get there, allow yourself just a moment to settle in, hands along the side of the body. And then drawing awareness to the feet, you're gonna bring the feet to the floor, knees facing up. Our twist today is going to be from this space. So know if a traction twist feels better in your body, you're welcome to go there, whether that be bringing the feet out a little wider than hip width distance and knees together. But otherwise, from this space, you're going to draw the arms out to almost like an A to start. We're going to shift the hips over to the left side of the mat. And then as the knees draw over to the right side, you can decide where you want to go with the arms, whether they're happy in that space or you want to go to an A, T, or cactus arms. Keeping the gaze up at the ceiling to start. Noticing what's going on within. Making sure the shoulders are on the mat. Now, once you've settled in, if it feels right to take the gaze over the opposite shoulder, do it now. With total mindfulness. Then drawing the gaze back up towards center first. You're going to inhale, bringing the knees back up. Bring the hands back to that A as you shift the hips back to center. Just pause. And then from here, with the hands at that A, shoulder blades are relaxed, you're going to shift the hips over to the right side. As the knees come to the left side, arms, let them go where they naturally want to go. Whether they stay in that A, go out to the T or cactus arms. Cooper's giving me a nice cushion today. He likes this. Taking the time to just settle into the twist to start. Keeping the gaze up at the ceiling. Noticing the spaces that you might need to make adjustments to soften, whether that be a tug of the shoulder, maybe you realize you didn't roll onto the edges of the feet. But then once you've moved through the body, finding all those spaces of comfort, if it would feel yummy to take the gaze over the opposite shoulder, then and only then. Just noticing the subtle differences, right versus left. And that's basic curiosity, certainly not judgment. You maybe want to ask yourself the question, why? Why is it different? The answer may come immediately, but maybe not today. Then if you took the gaze over the opposite shoulder, you're going to draw the gaze back up towards the ceiling. You're going to bring the hands back to that A. On an inhale, drawing the knees back up to center. And then shifting the hips back to center. Once the hips are at center, go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Maybe rocking side to side or drawing circles with the knees. And then from stillness here, I allow time for either yogi's choice asana, or if you'd like to come into a happy baby or a legs up the wall, allowing yourself the opportunity to pause in stillness in the posture one more time. Maybe in this final posture, noticing a sense of peace and calm that you created in practice. Then wherever you're at here, if you're in happy baby, you're going to mindfully release the hands from the feet. If you're in legs up the wall, you're just going to draw the feet down to the floor. In whatever posture you are in, you're going to mindfully make your way into your Shavasana. Allowing the legs to go long or taking the position that just feels right for you. Taking the time as you close your practice to take the space in the most important pose of our practice. Noting the breath, noting the subtle changes within the body. As we'll close practice today here in this space of Shavasana, allowing you the luxury, if you can, to linger a little longer. I thank you all for the privilege of guiding you through this Yin Yoga practice. I truly hope the benefits of practice follow you into the rest of your day today and maybe even your weekend. May you all be happy. May you be safe. May you walk this earth always in loving kindness, at peace, and always at ease. From both my heart and Cooper's heart, Namo Namaha. Namaste, yogis.